Hi, I'm Maria, and I love to cook. And tonight I'm making a Caesar salad, but this is one that celebrates kale. That superfood that everyone's gotten so into lately. I've always loved kale. So here I have my kale. I took the tough stems off, and I washed it, and I spun it dry. And in this bowl, I have about 3 tablespoons of olive oil and a teaspoon of salt. And what I want to do is I want to actually massage the kale with the olive oil. Doing this will break down that outer layer and let the kale get much more nice to eat uncooked, because it'll soften it quite a bit. There's a tough stem that I missed. So I'm just going to get my kale, the clean kale, into my olive oil and salt. And I'm going to massage this probably for about 3 minutes, but I'm not going to make you watch the whole 3 minutes. By doing this, like I said, it's going to make this wonderful transformation in the texture of the kale, and it's not going to compromise any powerful nutrients that kale has to offer us. So I'll come back to massaging that even longer. You basically literally really want to massage it, so you're just rubbing it with that olive oil and salt, and it's just going to help break down, like I said, that outer layer and make it softer and more pleasant to eat. Meanwhile, I'm going to make a simple Caesar salad dressing. Actually, it's inspired by a Caesar salad. I actually don't use a raw egg. I use mayonnaise. You can use a high-quality store-bought, or you can make your own mayo. And I guess you would be using raw egg. But anyway, or you can use pasteurized eggs. So to make my dressing, and I'm going to come back to massaging my kale and massage it for a good 3 minutes, like I said. What I have is about, a half cup of mayonnaise. And to this, I'm going to add about 1/3 of a cup of freshly grated parm, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, and then I have a lemon that had a lot of juice, so I'm just going to use half a lemon. It should be about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then, of course, anchovies. Now, even if you don't like anchovies, put them in. You won't even know they're there. They just add that special Caesar salad flavor. So I'm going to add about 6 anchovies right in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some garlic that I already minced. And I'm going to use my immersion blender. You could do this in the food processor as well to make a really nice dressing. You might not need salt and pepper for this, but if you do, feel free to add it after you're done making your dressing and after you taste it. Now my hands still have the oil on them, so it's hard to turn. I'm going to start at the low setting and get this nice and processed, and then I'm going to crank it up and go to a higher setting. I'm going to continue onward with marinating my kale and massaging my kale, and come back and show you how I dress this. Now you can certainly make your own croutons, or you can use store-bought croutons, but croutons are a big part of Caesar salad. Some people don't like them. Feel free to leave them out. You don't have to actually make a perfect Caesar. It can be inspired by Caesar. After all, you're using kale, so you might as well change it up. I might even put some tomatoes in mine. So I went ahead, I remembered that I had some homemade onion bread, and I cut that up into cubes and added some garlic and olive oil and roasted it to make some nice homemade croutons. I have my kale that I had massaged with the olive oil and the salt, and you can see the texture of it now. It's much softer than it was when it first went in there. I cut up just a little bit of white onion into thin slices, and I'm going to add that right into my salad. And then I'm going to dress it. So you remember what went in this dressing, and I did add a little bit of white vinegar and a tiny bit of capers, and also a tablespoon of water just to thin it down so that it's not too thick. And what I want to do now is dress the salad, and then you want to serve this fairly quickly. Because I'm using kale, and so it's not classic Caesar salad, and we don't have to adhere to all the rules. I'm going to change it up a bit. So I'm going to dress it with that dressing, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some sliced avocado, because I think that would be really nice. I'm actually going to wait till I toss it with the croutons. I also went ahead and roasted some cherry tomatoes. You could have done sun-dried tomatoes, but I didn't have any. So I just roasted at 400 degrees some cherry tomatoes that I cut in half, and I sprinkled them with some olive oil and some sea salt. Normally you wouldn't have this in a Caesar salad, but like I said, it's taking on a life of its own at this point because it's kale. So now we've got the cherry tomatoes, the onion, the dressing. I'm going to go ahead and add in those croutons, give that a toss, and then I'm going to add to this my sliced avocado, if I can find my knife. And I just peeled an avocado, sliced it horizontally, and then lengthwise. And I'm just going to pop out the pieces right into my salad because I think it'll add a really nice texturized, smooth texture of the avocado and the crunchy texture of the kale. I think will go together in a really nice combination. So I'm going to add that avocado. And this is not a salad you want to wait too long to serve because it's pretty much ready now. So there it is, my finished, unique take on Caesar salad. So we have that marinated kale that I massaged with the olive oil. I added the avocado, the roasted tomatoes. Those are a little not traditional. But everything else is a traditional Caesar salad. It's absolutely delicious. You've got to try it. Happy cooking, everyone.